Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something right now. Men, we are a trip. See, we don't always say what we feel, but baby, we show it every single time. Now women, y'all got this thing where you want the man to spell it out. Do you love me? Am I the one? Where is this going? But let me tell you, a man could be crazy in love with you and still struggle to put it into words. Here's the truth. When a man finds that one woman who makes his heart skip, his brain scramble, and his pride take a seat in the back row, oh, you'll know, he ain't gonna post a poem on Instagram. He ain't about to sing you a love song on TikTok. No, no, no. Men got their own language and it's all in the signs. It's what we're talking about today. He can't say it, but these 6 signs prayer is weakness. By the time we're done tonight, you're gonna know exactly how to spot the clues. The way he rearranges his schedule just to see you. The way he remembers the tiniest details about you. The way he can't stay mad at you longer than 2 hours. This ain't just about romance, y'all. This is about recognizing when you've got a man whose soul has chosen you, even when his words ain't caught up yet. And when you learn to read those signs to know your worth and stand in that power, baby, that's when the game changes. So buckle up, because tonight I'm giving you the blueprint. Sign 1. He makes times, not X's time, as his most valuable currency. It doesn't matter how rich he is, how busy his schedule looks, or how important his meetings seem. Time is something you can't buy back. And when a man chooses to give that time to you, that's your first undeniable sign you are his weakness. Here's the truth. Men are experts at making excuses when they're not truly interested. They'll hit you with lines like, work's been crazy, I've been super busy. Or my personal favorite, let's catch up soon. Let me break that down for you. If he wants to see you, he will. If he truly values you, he will make time, not look for it. I've seen men drive hours after a long, exhausting day just to spend a few quiet moments with the woman who has their heart. I've seen men cancel poker nights, skip workouts, or push aside their own plans just to be present with her. Why? Because when you're married to a man, there's no such thing as being too busy. But let's make one thing clear. Attention is not the same as intention. Some men will give you a little time when it's convenient, just enough to keep you hanging on. But the man who's truly serious about you, he's consistent. He'll show up. It won't just be date nights or morning texts. It will be the way he checks on you during the day, drops by with your favorite coffee, or stays on the phone late into the night, even when he's dead tired. Time is a form of sacrifice. It's easy for someone to send gifts or texts, but carving time out of a packed life, that's real effort. It's him saying, "You matter to me," without using those words. And often the most powerful moments aren't in grand gestures, but in the quiet ones, sitting beside you. No words needed, just presence and peace, so pay attention. If a man constantly has excuses, if you're always waiting for his schedule to clear, understand this. He's showing you where you stand. But if he rearranges his world to make space for you, even in small ways, that's a man who sees you, values you, and knows losing you isn't an option. When you're his weakness, he'll bend his time, his habits, and sometimes even his pride just to show you that you are worth every second. Sign 2, he listens to you. When a man truly listens to you, that's when you know you got his full attention, his respect, and most importantly, his heart. See, men are naturally wired to fix things, not to sit and listen. Most of the time when you start talking, his brain is already jumping ahead, looking for solutions. But when you're his weakness, something shifts. He slows down. He focuses. No? A man who sees you as his weakness understands that you are a part of his world. And that means keeping you safe in it. Think about it. When you're out together, he's aware of his surroundings. When you're upset, he steps in to handle what he can, not to take over your life, but to make sure you don't have to carry every burden alone. He's the one who checks if you made it home safe, who calls when you're on a late night drive, who stays on the phone until you're inside your house. Those are not just habits, they are signs of instinctive care. And it's not just about big heroic moments. Sure, he'll show up in an emergency, no questions asked. But the real sign is in the everyday actions. Making sure you're comfortable, making sure you're safe, making sure you never feel alone. When life gets heavy, that quiet, consistent protection is what separates a man who's just around from a man who's truly invested. When a man loves you deeply, protecting you isn't optional. It's a reflex. He may not always have the right words, but his actions will speak louder. Whether it's shielding you from harm, calming you when you're overwhelmed, or just holding your hand in a room full of strangers, his silent message is always the same. You're safe with me. That's the kind of protection you don't have to ask for, because when you're his weakness, he gives it freely without even realizing he's doing it. Sign 4. He can't stay mad long. When a man truly cares about you, his pride might be loud, but his heart is louder. That's why when you're his weakness, he can't stay mad at you for long. He might try. Oh, he'll tell himself, nope, this time I'm not calling first. She's going to have to apologize. But give it a few hours and suddenly his fingers are hovering over his phone, typing and deleting a text, debating whether to call, and 9 times out of 10, he breaks first. See, here's the thing. Anger and love can't live in the same space for long. When a man is truly invested in you, his connection with you matters more than his ego. Even when you've had an argument, even when words got heated, that man will find a way to bridge the gap. He may not say the perfect apology, most men don't. Instead, it might come in the form of, hey, did you eat? Are you good? Or even a random meme sent to your phone just to make you smile. It's not about the words, it's about the action. That quiet effort to reconnect is his way of saying, I miss my peace and my peace is you. And that's what makes this sign so powerful. When a man sees you as his weakness, no disagreement is worth losing you. Now don't get it twisted. This doesn't mean you'll never have real disagreements or moments where space is needed. But even in those times, you'll feel the pull. His energy will show you that no matter how frustrated he might be, he's still tuned into you. He'll be the first to soften, the first to drop the guard, the first to remind you that what you have together is more important than the argument. And it's not just in the big moments. It's in the everyday ones. Maybe you teased him a little too hard about something. Maybe you forgot to text back. Maybe you even had a misunderstanding that left him quiet. But before long, you'll catch that little gesture, a text, a call, a smile, because staying distant from you feels heavier than whatever sparked the silence in the first place. This kind of reaction isn't weakness, it's strength. It takes a strong man to put his pride aside and choose connection over distance. When you're his weakness, he realizes that protecting the relationship matters more than winning the argument. And here's what's beautiful about it. The reconciliation teaches you something deeper about his heart. So, it shows you that he values harmony, that he wants to build something solid, something where love outweighs ego. It shows you that his care for you is bigger than his need to be right. When a man can't stay mad at you, it's because losing your presence, even for a short time, feels wrong to him. That's when you know you've touched something in his soul that pride and silence can't override, because to him, you're not just someone he loves, you're someone he loves. You become home. Sign 5, he shares his dreams and fears. When a man begins to open up about his dream and his fears, that's when you know you've reached a part of his heart that very few people ever get to see. Men are taught from a young age to be strong, to be providers, to handle everything silently. Society tells them that showing vulnerability is weakness. So when a man looks at you and decides to let those walls down, it's because you become his safe space. You've become the person he trusts with the most delicate parts of himself. Sharing dreams is one thing. It's exciting, it's uplifting. He'll talk to you about the business he wants to build, the goals he's chasing, the places he wants to travel. And when he does, listen closely, because it's not just about ambition. It's about trust. He's letting you see the vision that drives him, the life he imagined. And maybe, just maybe, the place you hold in that future, when a man sees you as his weakness, his dreams start to sound like we, not me. Suddenly it's not, I want to buy a house one day. It's one day we're going to have a house with a big porch and a yard for the kids. But just as important, maybe even more, are the fears he shares. When he tells you what keeps him up at night, when he talks about the mistakes he's made, the insecurities he carries, or the pressure he feels to be enough, that's a level of vulnerability most men reserve for no one. He's trusting you not to use his fears against him, not to judge him for his cracks, but to hold that truth with care. That's powerful. Think about it. Men often walk through life wearing armor, confident, composed, in control. But with you, the armor comes off. He'll let you see the human side. The part that wonders if he's good enough, the part that's terrified of failure, the part that's been hurt before. And when he feels safe doing that, it's not because he's weak. It's because you've given him the strength to be real. These conversations don't always come easy. Sometimes they happen late at night when the world is quiet and it's just the two of you. Sometimes they slip out casually, hidden in a story or a laugh. But no matter how they surface, they're sacred. They're proof that he's not just with you for fun or convenience. He's with you because he sees you as someone who can hold his truth. And here's the beauty of it. When he shares his dreams and fears, he's not just letting you in. He's inviting you to be part of his journey. He wants you to understand what drives him, what scares him, what motivates him. He's silently saying, I trust you with my heart, my plans, and even my broken pieces. When a man shares this level of intimacy, believe him. Because in his world, vulnerability isn't handed out easily. It's earned. And if he's given it to you, it's because in his heart you've become his peace, his confidant, and his greatest safe haven. Sign 6, his actions outspeak his words. When a man truly loves you, his actions will always speak louder than anything he could ever say. Words are easy. Anybody can talk a good game, promise you the world, and paint beautiful pictures with sweet lines. But when a man sees you as his weakness, it's his consistent actions, the quiet, steady, undeniable actions that reveal exactly how much you mean to him. A man who's genuinely invested doesn't just say, I'll be there. He shows up every time without hesitation. It's not about grand movie-style gestures or expensive gifts. It's about the everyday moments where his effort speaks volume. He checks in to make sure you got home safe. He takes care of little things you didn't even realize you needed.